So I want to talk about introducing other starches. So this whole time you've had custard, you've had, the fair foods, beer. What other starches have you added in?
Nothing really, honestly.
Okay.
I've been eating the vegetables and proteins, and
You're very comfortable with
I
really a
am.
low glycemic-ish
Yeah.
raw foods.
I'm missing some things, like the potato. I'm missing a potato. I feel like I want to try a potato.
You're craving a potato.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a baked potato with butter, sour cream, cheese.
Everything,
what else?
Yeah.
Chili? Do you like chili on it?
Chili would be good on there.
Okay. I love it. Let's do it. So what I was just suggesting is that instead of having the whole potato start with, and you can do the blindfold test, where you are to eat as if you are blind. Like you cannot see. You know what it is.
You know when it's gone.
You have no idea how much is left, how much you've eaten. You don't have a relative visual of where you're at.
Okay.
Right? Now, imagine yourself eating that baked potato, which you bake on your own. So you get a potato and you bake it, and it comes out and it's warm, and you got your real butter and it's melting on top. Oh, can you just taste it already?
Mm-hmm.
I know, salt, pepper, real cream cheese, cheddar cheese, bacon. What else? It's just loaded. And you're now sitting at the table, and you've got a nice plate. It's pretty. You've got a salad. So you've got not just the baked potato, but you've got a variety of food. And a nice thing of water. And you're sitting at the table, and you can, your palate memorizes the feeling. Right now I'm talking, and I know all of you out there can taste it. What I described, that buttery baked potato. And you're going to sit down, and you're blind. You can't see it. It's going to be messy. But put a blindfold on if you have to.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not kidding. Obviously, let it cool down. If you were blind eating that potato, every bite, you would feel it in your mouth. You would taste it.
So it tastes better.
The crunchy onions.
Mm-hmm.
And you would probably chew longer. You would really feel the cream of the sour cream, the starch, the skin of the potato, which is a little crunchy. The bacon. Oh, the bacon. And then you'd have another bite, right? And you are hungry while you're doing this. So there is this reward. It's pretty huge from the brain saying, thank you for listening, and it tastes good. So it's pretty awesome. Don't you feel so grateful?
Yes.
Just the gratitude for the fact that you have that
Mm-hmm.
is an incredible feeling. Now do you need to overeat it?
No.
How come?
I don't know. I don't feel the need to. I mean, I don't.
You're not fulfilling an emotional problem. It's 100% physical.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're fulfilled emotionally, so you can have gratitude rather than feeling deprived and entitled. Can you tell now that baked potato has a different meaning today than it would have?
Absolutely.
So, do you impulsively keep on eating it?
No.
Let's talk about pasta.
Okay.
What's your favorite sauce on pasta?
I like the macaroni salad with the mayonnaise and the peas and the cheese.
Ooh, it's a cold salad.
Yeah.
It's like, where did that love come from? Do you have a memory associated?
Oh yeah, we had it as kids all the time.
And you loved it.
Loved
your mom's recipe, and
mm-hmm.
and you have the recipe.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Burned in
that's what you're going to be eating the next time you do the protocol on your gorging, right?
Yes.
I hope so, because you
yeah.
need to overeat it to lose some of that nostalgia and be like. So let's imagine you're having that now. So you're hungry. Legitimately, you are definitely having the urge, I gotta eat. And I need to eat now. Before I get crazy. Okay. And you're blindfolded. You're blind. You cannot see the food. But you've got a huge bowl in front of you. Of cold macaroni, mayonnaise-y, delicious-y, yummy-y salad.
Okay.
And you're eating it. And you feel the noodles. And you feel the peas and it's creamy and it's got that, I don't know what it is with the mayonnaise, or does she use Miracle Whip? Is there sweet in it, or is it all savory?
No, it's kind of got like a tang to it.
So there's a vinegar and
Yes.
there's sugar in it.
Vinegar and a little sugar.
Oh, yeah, baby. Okay. So, and it's good, and you're having a bite of it. And it tastes wonderful, and each bite is wonderful. And it's all of those memories. And now you're chewing and thinking about your childhood and some of the fun things that you did as a family eating together. And you have another bite. Do you feel the need to finish the whole bowl?
I can say that sitting here right now, no. I hope I wouldn't.
But that's an area you feel unsure of, insecure.
I feel scared of.
Okay, so we need to do it. Mm-hmm. I need you to prove to yourself with this new view that you can create a new sense of appreciation for that food.
Okay.
Rather than fear, anxiety, guilt.
Yeah, guilt was a biggie.
Okay, well then let's do this view again without the guilt.
Okay.
Now, how does it feel? Do you really need the whole bowl? Remember, there's no judgment of the food. You're not judging any of it.
Yeah, because you're not going to be hungry enough to eat it all. You're going to be full.
No, you've had 5 bites and you're satisfied.
Yep. So then you just stop.
Well, I want you to think about what it would take, because each, food still tastes good. Mm-hmm. You're still getting positive reinforcement. But you're not hungry anymore. Mm-hmm. So you're blind. Remember, you have no idea what's left.
Yeah.
Can you, even though you're really loved it, can you put the fork down and be done?
Yes.
That visual I need you to do a few more times before we do that.
Okay.
Do you feel ready for the baked potato, though?
Yes.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I'm so excited.
I was ready last week.
And I know some of you viewers want to know what happens, but this exercise is so important with the method. The goal with the mind-body method is to go into your vulnerability and to take power back. If you give too much power to food, you're screwed.
Yeah, it kind of overtakes you.
Yeah. You're vulnerable to it. You're scared of it. You have to avoid it. You have to know where it's at all times. You have to calculate it. You have to micromanage the entire environment. Tell me, how much did you like that work?
Oh, it was a lot of work.
Did it really work? Did it keep you safe from yourself?
No.
It actually blew up, didn't it?
Yes.
I know.
Many times.
So by saying, all right, you're going to be able to go and have those foods, and you can have it anytime you want. And you're never, ever again to criticize the food. Ever. Now, what does it do to your desire to overeat it?
I don't want to overeat it. I really don't. Because I don't want to... I know how you're going to feel sick.
Oh, I know you do.
I don't want to feel like that. I just...
So then what feeling are you feeling insecure about that would make you feel you would do that again, to where you'd feel like it has that type of control over you?
I don't think it's a feeling. I think it's just me thinking back to how I was.
Oh, it's the brain memorizing the old way of thinking, which was tainted with guilt, shame, deprivation, criticism, and ego, and entitlement, because you weren't being fulfilled emotionally. Now that you're emotionally in a good place and it is just food, can you eat it, and does it really appeal to you the same way?
No, it must not, because like I said, I'm not even, we're talking about it, but I don't need to have it.
Yeah.
And I need to have the baked potato. Yeah. But I don't need to have
the
the
food
pasta.
that you felt the most vulnerable to is not as appealing, is it?
No.
That is what I find with everybody.
And neither are the sweets.
Who stops playing the game.
Yeah, and neither are the sweets. And I used to eat sweets all the time.
Yeah, it's like you don't even want it. You could have it anytime you want, but you don't even like it. In the past, were you eating those foods, the high narcotic, sugar, starchy, sweets foods? Why did you eat those? Was it because of feeling deprived? Was it a sense of entitlement because you felt bad about eating it? Was it because you're not on a diet and it was entertaining to you? What was it?
I think it was more of it's like you had that craving, you needed the sugar. The more sugar I ate, the more I needed. It's like I just craved it more and more. And
well, how come you didn't get it this time around?
I think guilt was a big part.
Okay, that's where I was headed.
Yep, because I'd eat it and I'd feel guilty, and then you'd feel like, but then that sugar thing would kick in. It's like, oh, I gotta have something more. So you go get something else.
Well, and if you had kind of an all or nothing approach to it, once you had a bite, and if you are truly deprived from a diet, okay, and you have a bite of something as powerful hormonally as a sweet, okay, because intellectually there's some issues, that's true, but once you emotionalize that reaction and feel guilt from it, it's controlling you. You've literally given away your control, and now you are subject to that impulse. But when you don't give it power and you don't criticize it, if I were to give you some candy right now and you ate it, would you feel the impulse to eat 20 more bites?
No.
How come?
I don't know. I wouldn't, though. I don't want to. I'm not craving it. I'm not hungry for it. I don't want it.
But let's say before, if I had given you a piece of candy, knowing that it was off your diet or bad, it would have thrown you into a tailspin.
Yes.
Because it's bad.
Yes. Because
you weren't supposed to have that.
Yep.
You just broke your diet. You've screwed it up. Now, all of a sudden...
I might as well just go eat because I screwed it up.
That's how we rationalize binging.
Oh, I did that a lot.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too. It has nothing to do with the narcotic response. It has everything to do with having guilt over delight.
I had 2 M&Ms today. 2.
You had 2 M&Ms.
Two
did that throw you into a tailspin?
No.
Keep in mind, you're considered leptin resistant. You know, I'm saying that for people who are like, oh yeah.
Because they had M&M cookies. Somebody brought those in. And there's a couple stray little M&Ms. And I'm like, oh, I'm just going to have those 2 little M&Ms.
And it was wonderful.
And I tasted it. I looked at the cookies. And I'm like, I don't know. And I walked away.
So, would you agree that the power that you give to something is a direct reflection of the power it can take from you?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so if you take away the power of that food, that it does not give you anything and it does not take away anything from you, that would be the guilt. That you're less likely to eat too much of it.
Yeah.
Amen. Hallelujah. I know. It is such a simple approach to something that is, for people who don't have true, like, obsessive, compulsive, emotional disorder, they don't get it.
Well, see, and I never thought anything was wrong. It was just like, I just love food. That was my rationale for it all. I just love food.
Now you get it, right?
And I do love food.
Well, so do I. But it was way beyond love.
Yeah,
it was emotional. Yes, obsession. And it isn't just, wouldn't you agree? It is emotionally founded with a physical result.
Yeah.
I know it. And once you make that distinction, you can actually break free. You don't have to be crazy.
And that's kind of how I feel right now. It's like I'm free. I feel like a weight is gone. I mean, there is weight gone.
But the emotional load of the guilt.
Yep.
Would you say that the guilt is by far the biggest amount of weight gone?
Yes.
I know it. Don't ever bring it back. Do you know how to do that? You do not morally criticize yourself because of the food you're eating. Food should not have that much power.
That's true.
So if you don't criticize yourself based on the food you're eating, you're less likely to overeat it.
That's true.